What up, guys? Mad Viking. Trying something new. Doing payback predictions and results. I'm going to follow the pay per view as it goes along. But my predictions, I just checked the card out online because I didn't even really know what they were throwing together. I only knew of a few matches. But I guess it's starting early already. I just got on the network. And it's a Ryback versus Kalisto. Scratching my head. I know these guys fought a few months back. I'm like, I thought the feud was over, but apparently, I guess they've been fighting on Superstars for the past month or so, and I guess they're fighting on Payback. My predictions: probably Kalisto is going to retain. I don't know what Ryback is doing so far down the card. Not that I think he's a great wrestler, but he's just the type of wrestler that Vince drools over and pushes to the moon. I mean, I can't say he's got a lot of charisma because they never let him talk. My cat's wanting to perform again. And it's currently started the match anyway. It's been on for about 2 minutes. But my opinion, Ryback should be higher up on the card, especially with all these injuries and guys that are out. I mean, mid-card guys got to move up at some point. And Ryback's been there for a long time. You got to remember he was Skip Shitfield and he was in the 2005 Tough Enough? It's like shit or get off the pot already with Ryback. He had a great run. He was a top dude a few years ago. The Feed Me More crap and every arena ate it up. But then they just kind of crapped on him after he main evented a few times and he stuck him in that stupid tag team with Axel, whatever his name is. Rybaxel. That's such a stupid team, stupid name. The best thing that ever happened to him was when he got hurt and came back and they just let him be Ryback again. But like I said, does he need this belt again? What is it, the third time he's going to have won it and have just another short title run? I think Kalisto will pull it out. Kalisto's their new Rey Mysterio. They're going to keep pushing him, even though in reality Ryback could wipe his ass with Kalisto. But yeah, that's my prediction there. What's another match? It's going to be Ziggler versus Baron Corbin. This is another one. Ziggler, yeah, he's kind of high up on the card, but is he main eventing? No. Now he's basically in a Jericho-type role. He's just enhancing new talent when he should really be main eventing. Yeah, Baron Corbin looks like he's good. He's got some skill. But they do that with every new guy that comes out because they want to make him look flashy and awesome so you cling to him and go buy his crap. You know, give it another 6 months from now and, we'll see how cool Baron Corbin is. I have a prediction. Ziggler is going to probably bump his ass off to make this guy look good. And I'm sure, like I said, he probably is good. I don't watch a lot of NXT, man. I don't got all that time in the world. But I've seen a couple of his matches already. Yeah, he looks good, but that's because he's booked that way. So, yeah, I predict Ziggler is probably going to get fairly beaten down, maybe even relatively quick, and Baron Corbin is going to go on to continue to be the new Rusev unstoppable heel type. Another match supposed to be In Zone Cash versus the Vaudevillains in that tag tournament. I'm sure everybody thinks In Zone Cash are going to wipe the ass of the Vaudevillains and become those tournament champions. It's not going to happen. Not because they're not good. It's because it's damn near guaranteed the Dudley Boys are going to come out, beat the crap out of them, and probably put them through a table just for old time's sake. And then they can start feuding, and the Vaudevillains go on to face New Day, because New Day they just don't have anybody new to face, pretty much. They've beaten everybody. Another match is going to be Miz and Cesaro. This must be another thrown together match. I would say Cesaro's going to win because now he's back. I've read that Vince is finally behind him now and he's going to push him to the moon. But it seems a little weird to have just gone and thrown the title on Miz like that with his wife. What's her name? Jeez. Camilla? I don't know. the hot blonde girl. Their pairing seems pretty good, and it's picked the Miz up a little bit. But then again, maybe he won't need the belt when he's got her. But it would just seem a little weird to give the belt the Miz for such a short range to go throw on Cesaro. So this one's tough. But I'm gonna say something happens. She gets involved. Cesaro and the Miz loses. Wins. The Miz retains. Unless something fluky happens, like Tyson Kidd returns, which I don't see happening, and helping Cesaro win. So I'll pick Miz, Mike Mizonian. This match I'm looking forward to because these guys are going to stomp the shit out of each other. They're probably going to steal the show. Zayn and Kevin Owens. Who's going to win that? I'm going to say Zayn, just so they can keep the feud going. The feud's going to go on no matter what. It doesn't. It wouldn't matter if Owens wins. The feud's going to keep going. This is obviously the hot ticket that WWE is pushing right now, besides the top players. But I'm going to stick with Zayn, even though I'm a big fan of Owens. I'm a big fan of Zayn's, but Owens is awesome. I have a feeling this is going to bite me in the ass, but I'm going to stick with Zayn. I'm kind of stoked for this match, too. Charlotte and Natalya. In my eyes, Natalya should be going over Charlotte tonight cleanly, but I don't think it's going to happen. Natalya is probably the top female talent on the entire Diva roster, and she just gets totally looked over. She's got the training to break arms and snap legs if she wanted to. I know it's cool to have Ric Flair. Not that he would go away if Natalya won. I'm sure it's real cool to have Rick and Charlotte running around and tagging along together. But personally, when was the last time Natalya's even held a belt? I think she held one very short title reign, maybe a month or two, like 3-4 years ago. It's definitely her. I could see her winning, only to hold the belt for a short time to be what do they call that, crossover title holder, to give the belt to Sasha Banks, because the WWE, I think, pretty much knows they screwed up on WrestleMania by not giving the belt to Sasha Banks, because the fans were just pretty steamed that it went that way, but I thought it was fine for what it was. Like I said, I want to say Natalya wins. I know Brett and Ric Flair are probably going to chase each other around the ring. Maybe slap each other around a little bit, but nothing's going to happen with those two. Bret Hart already said he doesn't care. He doesn't want to be there. He's only being there because of Natalie, and he wants to show her support. He's like, there's not much I can do after my cancer. He says, I'm cancer-free, but he's like, I'm pretty ill still and weak. So, yeah, he's going to come down. He's going to wear his leather jacket. He's going to look older than he did before. And the extent of those two is maybe he chases Ric Flair away from ringside at some point, and then it's just the girls left to fight. Like I said, I'd like to see Natalie win. Charlotte's held it for a long time. Unless they're already trying to break Nikki Bella's Divas record, what's the point? Charlotte's already held it now for a while. And it would be shocking if Natalya actually won. Like I said, she hasn't won anything in the longest time. What's another one? Oh, Jericho and Ambrose, which is to me just another filler match. Where'd this come from? Oh, because what are they battling over? Who has a talk show? Who gets to keep their talk show? I don't know how this will go, because Ambrose doesn't need to be put over, even though that's what Jericho just does now. He puts guys over, except for AJ Styles. If he puts Ambrose over, what is that going to do for him? If Ambrose loses to Jericho, I guess it is another big loss to another legend that technically he probably should be beating. But I like the Ambrose character, but technically I'm not really behind Ambrose, because he just looks like a guy in a bar that I could kick his ass. He's trying to portray that like loose cannon Brian Pillman, Stone Cold Steve Austin thing, which is cool. It works, but he just doesn't have the size. I don't know, to, make me buy it. So maybe, I don't know, Jericho wins, but it wouldn't shock me if they let Ambrose wins. I'm watching the pay-per-view. They didn't say anything about, no, this must be the tag team tournament because the New Day is coming out. What's another one? Reigns vs. Styles. This one's really sketchy in my eyes. Because if you've watched any of my other videos, I've talked about it. I don't see the WWE giving all this power to AJ Styles because he's a TNA guy and they don't even acknowledge TNA people. So technically in the WWE eyes, AJ Styles is a rookie nobody, basically. And do I see them putting Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows and Nakamura? Saying his name right? And Finn Balor? I don't see, like I said, either Balor is going to come out. Well, I see Carl Anderson and Gallows coming out and doing a beatdown. Because that hasn't been established yet. Jericho's standing on, or not Jericho, Styles is standing on where he is with the group. But I've also read online a few days ago that Seth Rollins is going to be at the pay-per-view. So what does that mean? Maybe Gallows and Anderson come out and stomp the shit out of Reigns trying to help AJ win. AJ maybe protests or he partakes and he becomes heel. And maybe Seth Rollins comes out and cleans house to a big pop and now he's a face. But Finn Balor is supposed to be moving up to the main roster. He's possibly appearing tonight too. So, but do I see Finn Balor running out and, hey, AJ Styles, let me help you win the world title? No. But they have Balor Club shirts, which makes me think they're going to make him the leader. And then they have the word bulletproof trademarked. They're going to make some sort of a group, but who's going to lead it? That's my whole thing. Like I said, I don't see them doing it with AJ. I just don't. Unless, because it wouldn't make any sense. Okay, look at it like this. AJ wins, Luke Gallows and Anderson come out and they stomp Reigns, and he wins. Okay, AJ's a heel. Do you really see the WWE giving AJ Styles a super long title reign with this new group, this new faction, being untouchable for months and months and months and months? No. Maybe they let him win, he turns heel, and then, of course, Seth Rollins is back, and now he fights Seth Rollins, or he has a rematch with Reigns. But I possibly just see Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson coming out. AJ gets pissed, he denounces them, and Balor comes out. And then they do the too sweet, and they go follow Balor. Who knows? I don't know. It's really hard to say. And I guess Vince is going to have some big announcement or something for Raw at the pay-per-view too, but as of right now, it's like, who cares, right? What's it going to be about? Oh, is my son or my daughter going to be the GM? Technically, it's like, who cares? I can't stand Stephanie for the life of me. I hate her voice. I'm tired of seeing her. Shane's been gone a while. At least it's a fresh face, and he's not obnoxious, even though we know he'll get there. But who cares? I'm sure they're gonna make up another stupid match or stipulation on who gets to run Raw. And I'm sure Triple H will be involved in it too. But like I said, right now, I could care about that announcement. I guess this is official start of the pay-per-view. I don't know if I watched an old match between Kalisto and Ryback just now, but I was talking and I missed it. But I heard Kalisto's music, so if that was the match, it was a pre-match, and Kalisto already won. Not shocked. Even though I didn't pick Ryback to win. Kalisto won. So I got one pick right, alright. I got one pick already right. There we go. Alright. Well, I'm going to keep giving results as this goes along. So hang in there. First match is Enzo and Cash versus the Vaudevillains with New Day sitting on beanbags or whatever it is out on ringside eating bootios. So that's the first match. Like I said, prediction, probably Vaudevillains. Well, the Enzo Cash Vaudevillains match, it was really short. Looks like Cash got hurt He might be knocked out. He might be paralyzed. I don't know. It's weird. He was being thrown out of the ring, and he kind of got wrapped up in the ropes, and the ropes slung him hard into the mat. And then his neck or chin got caught up in the bottom rope, it looked like. And it slammed him back down again, and then he just looked like he was unconscious at that point and just fell to the ground lifeless. And he wasn't moving or blinking or anything there for a while, and the ref instantly stopped the match. So I guess that means Vaudevillains move on and win. They stopped the match. They haven't declared a winner, but if they can't go on, if Cash and Amore can't go on, I would just assume Vaudevillains win. Yeah, and they're already cutting away, going on to the next match, trying to avoid all the camera footage of Cash at ringside. So this must be legit. So Cash is already injured, or like I said, I don't know if he would have. If that was something that you could have got paralyzed like that from, but who knows? He's just, the way his body went limp, it was a little weird. So, I don't know. I'm 2 for 2 so far, but a weird finish. I guess we should be looking out for Cash, seeing if it's legit or not. Yeah, they ran that Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn video package again to kill another 5-8 minutes, whatever it is. So I guess, to eat up airtime, because that match was so short, it probably was 4 minutes tops. So yeah, our next match is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Like I said, I'm still going to go with Zayn. We'll see what happens. Yeah, and maybe these guys will get more time. Maybe the rest of the wrestlers now will get more time in their matches. Because, this is the third match. It's only 8:30. So, if they're going to 11 or whatever they're doing, they've got to make up for some time. So, giving these two guys an extra 5-10 minutes might be really cool, even though they'll have to be calling this stuff on the fly, because now it's new to them that they've got more time. So, like I said earlier, I think this match will be really brutal. They're going to kick the shit out of each other. But I'm still going to go with Zayn, just because I believe that's what's going to keep the feud going. We're only about 4 minutes into this Sami Zayn Kevin Owens match, and they are destroying each other. The crowd is going nuts. This match, like I said, is probably going to be the steal. It's going to steal the show. Right now, they both they both basically just wiped each other out right now after a series of blows and counters, and this will be the match to watch later on the network. Shockingly, kind of a quick match. It was about 9 minutes, 10 minutes tops. Owens won with the pop-up powerbomb. Got one wrong. But like I said, they did kill each other there for the first 5 minutes. Just non-stop move after move after move. A 9-10 minute match though, man, I don't know. Like I said, now, what did I say before? 8:30, now it's 8:40. They're gonna be airing a lot of video packages, I think, because now Owens is going back to beating Zayn after the match. You got that match gone, that match gone. That match gone. Yeah, I guess there's still 5 or 6 matches. The announcer, Byron Lewis, that's his name, is getting into the ring to confront Kevin Owens. I'm sure it's just going to be a beatdown. But I'm not going to sit on here and report it. Byron Lewis gets his ass beat by Kevin Owens. Well, now that I'm sitting here watching the Byron Lewis and Owens thing, Owens is ranting. But this entire part of his under nose is ripped off, Kevin Owens' nose. It's all gone. It's just raw red flesh. That's interesting. A little bit over here on the nostril, too. So he must have taken a real good shot in the nose to rip all that flesh off. All right. Next match, Miz versus Cesaro with the Miz with Maurice, not Carmella. Who did I say before? I'm sticking with the Miz. I don't know why. Oh man. Oops, sorry about that. Cesaro comes out looking like the rapper Pitbull. In a white tuxedo top, black pants, and the sunglasses. He looked like Pitbull, the rapper. I thought that was kind of funny. Well, I was right on the Miz match, except Maurice didn't get involved. Sami Zayn came running back down to the ring because Kevin Owens took over the announcer table and sat there for the match and praised the Miz the whole time. Sami Zayn eventually came back down to the ring, jumped Owens, and they fought around the ring for a bit, went into the announcer's area. The match kept going on in the ring. Cesaro actually had the Miz tapping out. And then for whatever reason, Owens and Zayn jumped on the ring apron and started fighting. And Cesaro cleaned house on them. And if I remember right, Miz just schoolboyed Cesaro for the win, which was kind of lame. And then Miz celebrated. And then Owens beat up on Miz. And then Cesaro came in there and chased off Owens, and then gave the neutralizer to Miz, and then they all brawled for a little bit, all four guys, which means I'm sure the next pay-per-view will be a four-way bout between Miz, Owens, Zayn, and Cesaro. It was an alright match. It's basically Cesaro doing a bunch of power moves, even though it still looks like he's injured. He had shoulder tape on, that new athletic tape that people use when they're injured. Maurice didn't do anything except look hot. She didn't do anything. But it wasn't as good as a match as I thought it would be, but it was alright. But so far I'm 3 for 1 on my predictions. And Owens is parading around the ring with the IC title, headbutting it, screaming it's his. So yeah, that's obviously what he's going for next, is the IC title. And now they're going back into more video packages. Next matchup is Jericho Ambrose. I probably should have wrote down my results or my predictions because I really don't remember them. All Jericho does now is put people over, so like I said before, he's probably putting Ambrose over. I don't know how much longer he's actually here for. You know, he signed like a very short contract, and I think he's actually been here longer than what he was supposed to be here for. It should be a really good match. Jericho always performs. Ambrose is decent. Like I said, I think it'll be Ambrose just because he's got to make up some wins here. It just seems like all he does is lose. And I don't think anybody thought he was going to beat Brock in the last pay-per-view, but it's certainly acceptable if he beats Jericho, so I'm going to go stick with that one. They just gave a medical update on Cash. He is in a hospital. He can talk, or he can respond to the paramedics, and he can move his arms and legs, but they didn't say to what extent. And that was pretty much all they said. So I'm sure he got his bell rung pretty good. Probably got a stinger, maybe even a really good concussion. When you see what happened to him, you can just see the lights were out. He was out. His eyes were just wide-eyed, body went limp. He, like I said, he got a concussion or got knocked the F out. But at least if he's moving around, he's not paralyzed. But he might have got a neck stinger or, like I said, concussion. So at least we know he's not paralyzed. That was just a new update. Well, Ambrose did come out victorious over Jericho. It was a very good battle. Good back and forth. Jericho threw a hissy fit at the end. Is it the end of the feud? I don't know. Looks like the next match is going to be... No, that can't be, because they're interviewing AJ, but it's way too early for that. That's going to be the main event. But Ambrose over Jericho. So I'm 4-1? Ooh, there's Sasha Banks. Yeah, that's my cats. Next match, Charlotte versus Natalya. This is my house. Sticking with Charlotte winning, though. Somehow cheaters cheat. We'll see what happens. Well, I wasn't lying. Brett's going to hobble out here and look older. And he looks older. His hair is totally white now. And Natalia's basically carrying him down to the ring. No joke. Should he be here tonight? Probably not. Just like he said, he is so worn out from his cancer treatments and stuff. He's only here because of her. It is a shame, the lot in life that he's really gotten in the later years. Because he should have had a longer career than what he did. He had a long career, but he still should have had a much longer career. But if he's really that feeble and weak, I don't see him doing anything here tonight. Good Lord. Literally, Natalya stood outside the entrance ramp for about a minute waiting for Bret Hart to show up after her music hit and she came out. But here we go. Natalya's actually out there in the ring crying as they're introducing Bret. What that means, I don't know. She knows more about his health than we do. Charlotte wins, but they do a Montreal screw job at the very end. Charlotte puts Natalie in the sharpshooter. She's not tapping at all. She's fighting through it. The referee rings the bell, runs, grabs the belt, gives it to Charlotte, and takes off running away. Then Bret Hart enters the ring. Ric Flair enters the ring. Bret hits Rick and puts him in the sharpshooter. Natalie puts Charlotte in the sharpshooter. That was the extent of Bret Hart in the entire match. Same thing with Rick. But yeah, I predicted right. Charlotte wins. But they Montreal screw dropped her. I almost felt bad because the crowd was really into it. They wanted Charlotte to win. They just kept chanting natty, natty, natty. Kind of a stupid ending, though, but what can you do? What am I, 5 for 1? 5 for 1. Vince is coming out to do his announcement. The crowd was going nuts. They were singing his song word for word. It was kind of funny. Vince was getting a laugh out of it. He hits the ring and he starts to try to talk, and the entire arena breaks out in a CM Punk chant. Actually, now they're doing it again, and Vince is getting pissed. I don't know if you can hear it.
Come on, you got Morgan, man! Come on!
That's some good stuff.
There's a crazy crowd here in Chicago.
I really wish Punk would come back, but I'll let you know what the announcement is. One's just tossing around who should be the general manager of Raw, and he asked the crowd, and of course they booed the crap out of Stephanie. They asked for Shane, the place went crazy. And now Vince's Stephanie come into the ring, they're hugging. She has the title of principal owner of the company. I'm sure this isn't the end of the thing, though. I'm sure Shane's coming out and it's going to lead to a match. Shane comes out and interrupts Stephanie's 5-minute rant about how great the Authority was and all their accomplishments they did with the largest WrestleMania, which isn't hard. They just went to the largest football stadium. People are going to go and see WrestleMania for a $15 ticket in nosebleeds. Talking about all the new people they brought in. If it wasn't for them, they would have never arrived, like AJ Styles or Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens or Sasha Banks. Okay, yeah, all right. But the fans are totally against her, chanting bullshit and boring. Now Shane's coming out and he's going to say his piece. And like I said, I'm sure this is leading to some sort of a match. That segment ran on and on and on. I thought Vince set up a match because he said he wanted to see them slit each other's throat and wanted to see blood. But I guess they agreed. Steph and Shane are co-managers of Raw. That literally took 25, 35 minutes, this whole segment. Too long. Too much McMahon. Okay. Well, apparently there was 2 pre-matches, and that one was Kalisto and Ryback, which Kalisto won. And the other one, shockingly, was Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Why would you have 2 opening matches? And I was expecting Ziggler and Corbin to be next. But they didn't really show much of the match, but apparently Dolph Ziggler won clean. But I guarantee you that's not the end of them feuding. They'll be on the next pay-per-view. So that's kind of a disappointment. I wanted to watch that match. I guess it is almost 10:20, so I guess that McMahon segment was filler. We could have done without it. I would have rather seen the Ziggler-Corbin match. So I'm assuming with whatever time is left, that's all for AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. They're just showing flashback stuff right now. But that pisses me off. I wanted to watch that match. God. They just did another update on Cass. They said all other tests came back negative, but they said he does have a severe concussion. And they showed the highlight again. He was thrown into the ropes, and the second rope hit him like right here in the ear, and whiplashed his head down into the mat, and then his head came back up and got hit on the bottom rope a little bit too. And then he just was out. It looked like he was dead flopping fish right there, that he was out cold. And then his body just fell limp out to the floor. But, well, at least he's not paralyzed, but yeah, he's got a concussion. But I doubt we're going to see him again for a while. A few weeks anyway. WWE's real cautious about that stuff now. Right now we got Roman Reigns and Styles coming out. Looks like Styles got some new gear on. And everybody's hyped up for him. Said I don't know how this is going to go. I'd like to see AJ win and have some big turnaround and make wrestling look interesting or watchable again with the Bullet Club, but I don't know. This one's going to be screwy. I don't know what they're going to do here. Roman's coming out to an entire arena filled with boos, and you can tell they're being stifled by there you go, noise interference. The WWE is known for doing that, so you can't quite hear how loud the boos are. There's a giant poster being held up in the back, SAWFT, right behind Roman Reigns in the backdrop. I think that's funny. I still do find it amazing, though. Everybody loved this guy until, what was that, Royal Rumble in 2015. And he was the winner over Daniel Bryan's, and the fans turned on him ever since then. Now it's cool to hate him. But the WWE is sticking behind him. I think they said that you can expect to see Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania for the next 3 years. So fans better get used to him. I don't know what to think of him. I was into him for a while. But I'm not one of those, I hate him. I don't think he sucks. He's not being pushed down our throats.